Exercise Director, Force Commander, Commandant, Course Director, and the African Union Liaison Officer. And please excuse any breach of other protocols, but I'll consider them all observed, as is the tradition. I'm going to be very brief because we're running late and we're all here to do very active and concrete work. So I'm going to cut this right down. The European Union has just taken delivery of its new High Representative, primarily for Foreign Affairs, Ms. Mogherini, who took office on the 1st of November, an Italian who took over from Cathy Ashton, the former High Representative. This position is essentially the Foreign Minister for the European Union, so an important portfolio. I've certainly been asked to pass her good wishes to this gathering and to this undertaking. And I'd also like to highlight that among the early key strategic briefings that she has requested on taking up office, briefings on African issues are right at the top of the list. There's a lot going on in the world, with Ukraine, with Gaza, with the self-styled Islamic State problems. But for the European Union, Africa rivals, if not exceeds, all of those in its importance and its significance. We have a lot of shared history. Countries like the UK, France, Germany, Belgium, Portugal, and many others within the European Union have significant historical ties, large populations, expatriate populations living in Africa, big business interests, and perhaps most importantly, the huge diaspora populations from Africa living in our European countries. And I can only really speak for the UK, but I know, for example, that there are something like 500,000 people of Ghanaian origin now living in the UK, and I think about 2 million Nigerians. And these are people making huge contributions on a daily basis. They are members of parliament, they are peers of the realm in the UK, and they're business leaders. Why do I say that? It's to emphasize that the reason the European Union is involved in this activity isn't out of some sense of vague wanting to help or thinking it might be a good idea or sense of obligation. It is an utter tie between the two continents. Next week we have a meeting in Brussels of the European Union's Chiefs of Defence Staff. They meet twice a year. It's a 2-day meeting, and I would estimate that about 70% of the agenda is going to be taken up with issues relating to Africa. The Managing Director for Africa in the European External Action Service will be giving a strategic overview to those Chiefs of Defence on his priorities and what he is doing. On the military side, you'll all be well aware that we have European Union military operations in the Central African Republic, in Somalia, where we also have a training mission. We have a training mission, a military training mission in Mali. All very important, all well-resourced, and all delivering key results on an almost daily basis. In addition to that, we have numerous civilian capacity building missions in places like Niger and DRC. The African peace and security architecture is a central part of the EU's daily policies. It's very well funded and very well resourced. And finally, in that general overview, I'd say that in all the documents that I work on, the key strategic documents, both political and military, the African Union is always named as one of our 4 key strategic partners in terms of organizations, international organizations. And it's mentioned in the same breath as the United Nations, as NATO, and as the OSCE, and on that level. With regard to AMANI Africa, yes, I'm grateful for the mention of the EU funding of the exercise. The basic funding for the CPX exercise, the command post exercise of the exercise, 5.2 million euros, is entirely secure. And we have a little bit more work to do to make sure that we can commit and spend the, I think, roughly 12 million euros, which is underpinning the creation of the command, control, communications and intelligence architecture for the AU. We have a little bit more work to do to make sure that we do commit that, spend it, get it all done within deadlines. Again, technical accounting stuff. But what I do want to emphasize is that the European Union's will remains firm. This is now the strategic headquarters training period. It is the first concrete step through the swamp that we have to go through to deliver AMANI Africa II and to deliver full operational capability for the Africa Standby Force. We've done a lot of theorizing, we've done a lot of planning, we've done a lot of scenario development, we've done a lot of briefings. But really, this is where the work starts. This is where we start to create this beast that is going to be AMANI Africa II. And we're here to construct the working platform for the exercise. The comment was made that the first week is academic, but I think it's important that we emphasize that we're not about this week creating a sort of master's degree political expertise amongst ourselves during this period. The political strategic retreat hopefully did that. This is concrete, it's practical, it's pragmatic. And I'm not going to ask for a show of hands for fear that I might not get the right answer. But obviously we all hope that a lot of the people sitting around here on day one of Exercise AMANI Africa II will be wearing some form of uniform or a badge for the civilians that indicates that they are part of the core staff of the strategic headquarters. And I think we need to focus that that's what we're here to do. I'm going to close there, but just by highlighting the continued political will from the European Union to support Africa, to support the African Union, and to support Exercise AMANI Africa II. My delight to be involved in this, my delight to see so many people awake, focused, listening, putting their mobile phones on silent so we can all focus on the issues. And I wish us the very best for the next important 2 weeks. Thank you very much.